dear brothers and sisters. Today I would like to share with you my experiences in Jerusalem and some insights that I received. To stick to the end of the video where I'm going to share with you some of the short videos and images I took in Jerusalem. It's just an amazing city. There's so much history over there, and that history needs to be rediscovered. There's a lot of information that humanity lost during the thousands and thousands of years. We are carrying that information actually in the DNA. It's running in our DNA and it needs to be activated. The memory, mem-oi, it's the water and the light. It's in Hebrew. The memory is in the water and the light. We humans are conditioned to pass on memory through stories, and in the recent history through written history, where we write down the memories. All of those are conditioned. The experience as it is being completely printed in our emotional body, as well as in our physical and mental capacity, and therefore being as it is printed out in the DNA and being stored over there, waiting to be reactivated, waiting to be re-experienced, so we can open up we can decipher those codes and really absorb what actually happened over there. The history that we deliver from mouth to mouth, or the written one, is just a shadow of what truly happened. And that's just a side note. Coming back to the northern parts of Israel and experiencing this vastness, it's a huge contrast to the city life. Now, Jerusalem is anything but the typical city. However, it is the old city, especially, everything is surrounded in a wall, and those are narrow streets, and usually you have some kind of a deck or some kind of a provisorial ceiling to protect from the sun, protect from the rain in the old city. So you can actually move in the old city and rarely be exposed to the sky. The narrow streets deliver you in a certain of a pattern, and much like the horse that have those things on the eyes that keeps him facing one direction, this is pretty much the inner city of Jerusalem, the old city. And experiencing other cities in Europe, old cities in Europe, that's very much the pattern. Now, there's no coincidence that those old cities are tied to religion. For with the lack of this vastness, the memory is being shrinked and the images are being directed. And we are starting to focus, or let's say refocus, on very certain aspects of life. And those aspects of life are very much being brought down to survival. What I need for my life. I need the survival of the body, so I need the 4 elements. I need food, shelter, water, and I need the heat. And the survival of the spirit, which means I need to nurture my mind. I need to nurture my spirituality. I need to expand my knowingness about the afterlife, or about what this life is all about, which brings me to study or to prayer, right? So the mind is being conditioned through those narrow streets, through those old buildings, and through the the day-to-day activity, the mind is being conditioned to focus again and again on survival. Whereas where you go to nature, where you go to the vastness, your mind can open up, your mind can relax. In the beginning it might be a bit, uncomfortable for the mind because it's not used to it. But then the mind can relax and literally open up the horizons. This is why we are calling it opening up the horizons. This is where the imagination kicks in. This is where clarity is being received. This is when we truly tap into our passion in life, what it is that we truly want, and we might even get the epiphanies of how to get there through opening up our horizons, connecting with colors and with different structures. Every tree and every bush and every beautiful flower has a different structure and a different color and a different pattern, and those patterns, studying those patterns or just experiencing them, including the colors, is reshaping the modules in which our mind is thinking. When we are constantly experiencing our life either in a city that is very structured or in a very structured way of life, which means repeating the same things again and again, or at least most of them, going to the job, taking the same route, and then coming back home, taking care of the children, taking care of the home, our activities, hobbies which repeat themselves. Those repetition leave a limited space for expansion, for allowing the mind to evolve. When the mind can expand its borders and tap into the fantasy world, into the imaginative world, those tools that we are born with, then everything is broadening up. Everything, it's like this is what we call development. It's from the word envelope, it's from the word evolve and opening up. It allows the structures to reform themselves and to allow more space, more sunlight, more colors, more possibilities. Infinite possibilities, actually. So as much as I enjoy entering and experiencing city life from time to time, and Jerusalem is beautiful and amazing, and the people are the ones that really make a difference in that experience. Connecting with our fellow Muslim Arabs and with our fellow Christians, brothers and sisters that offer you the change of perspective. If it's the language which is different, if it's the customs that are different, if it's the understanding of life and the simplicity in things, all of those are again gifts that come from outside, so to say outside, right? And they allow your mind to develop, allow your soul to expand, and allow your spirit to soar. Religion started from a place of goodness. Religion started from a place of taking care of the soul, connecting body and mind to the spirit, guiding people that started to get lost, structuring chaos, reminding people of unity, of the one, right? If we speak about the monotheistic religions, reminding people of the unity. This was really, really important, very extremely important for the development of humankind thousands of years ago. It we have developed. And there came the time of Jesus Christ, Jesus, Yeshua, and he reminded us of the connection to the heart and of unconditional love and opening us to the fifth dimension. And that Christ consciousness, which was a big bang and exploded all over the world and reached thousands of souls, opening them, becoming those souls, and then reaching out millions of people. This was another landmark in humanity. I was born as a Jew. I was born to the line of the Kohens, the high priestess. I am the line of Abraham, Jacob, Moses, David, King Solomon, all the way down to Jesus and to Muhammad. This is one line that needs to be accepted as such and not separated. This is a line, a hard core that leads us from a place of darkness to a place of light. And each and every one of us has the ability to tap into that. If you're listening to this video, it probably means that you are feeling this connection inside of you. It's not something that it's outside of you. It's not something that you're only part of. This is your totality. This is the sum of all of your organisms, what makes your DNA as such. And that connection, that realigning, that alignment, that understanding that all of this is in one line, from Abraham, and of course before that, from Shem, to this time, to who you are today, will keep your chakras in sync, and your purpose of life will reveal itself to you. And then it's time to move beyond religion. For those of you who choose to, religion serves a purpose, much like anything in this reality. And then there's a time that you understand that purpose, that you have evolved beyond that purpose, and that you can set yourself free of that purpose. Because much like those streets in Jerusalem, it's a structure that meant to keep you in order, to bring you to a safe heaven. But there's more. There's beyond that. And the human spirit always chooses to develop and to reach freedom. And that freedom is evolving beyond. Letting go of limitations. Replacing structures to different ones, different forms, geometrical forms that are less structured, that have more flexibility, that allow more movement, that allow the imagination to create and to bring us to the totality of this creation, which is creating this creation, this reality. Actively surrendering to what we are, and therefore consciously creating this reality. Thank you for watching, my dear friends. Do stick to the images following of my experiences in Jerusalem. Leave me a comment, press the like button, share this video, tell me what you wish for. Let's make it so. That's the real one right there. What's it doing on the rooftop? Maybe we should go and check it out.